Okay. So, yeah, by the time we hit week 7, we're beginning to take action on the whispers that come through, which means if you hear a whisper of possibility, hey, try this, your soul response to that should be, okay, let's see what that will create. Because only you have the power to fuck you up. Nobody else has. Only you have that kind of power. And we will also be exploring getting out of the perfectionism trap, where we want things to be perfect. We want things to be absolutely like, if I began to head trip about this technology, I wouldn't have the gentle contribution of the technology. I wouldn't be able to receive all of you again because I'd be thinking about, oh my god, I fucked up with the technology. No, fucking receive beyond that. What's beyond that? When we get stuck, oftentimes we fuck ourselves up because of semantics, because of needing to get every molecule right, instead of recognizing that your will to receive beyond that will gift you more than getting that one molecule right. You will negate 99 blessings for that one fucking stupid shit that happened. So you'll hold on to the idea that the stupid shit is more than the 99% of blessings that you received. When you start commanding and generating yourself from space instead of perceiving only the density, you will start to recognize yourself as a creator of realities. And when you allow yourself to have ease with that much power, you start to create a benevolent future. And that is something we all have to explore for ourselves. But fundamental thing of that is getting out of the need to get it perfect. Not perfect. Progress over perfection. We negate our creations because one creation that we banked on tanked. So you're going to like stop yourself because one thing tanked. What about the other things that didn't? Fly with that instead. Forgive yourself. Don't hold on to shit. You want to be able to fly with the least baggage, with the most ease. I mean, we're all very, very, very fast. Do we allow that to be a gift? Do we allow our relaxation to be a gift? We must learn to relax into the speed of the movement that will allow us to receive abundantly. So week 8 is dedicated to strength. At this point, we want to jump from survival to living to thrival. And this occurs in layers. Certain subjects we will be revisiting again on a different scale, on a different level. So we want to make that jump by week 8. So this is like, recognize that I'm holding whoever decides to show up for this, I'm holding you to a creative contract with yourself. This has got nothing to do with me. This is where you decide to make the commitment. Okay, even if it's for like a couple of weeks, I'm going to see what I can really fucking generate. If I talk about possibility, if I talk about magic, I wonder what the fuck that really is if I played at the scale I know is possible, and fly with that. So what we tend to do, another thing we tend to do is we tend to be very intellectual and very like supremely aware about all of this in the intellectual realm. Try taking action and see what shows up. Your intelligence, your theory, if not applied, and this can be any modality. In fact, if the more we include the contribution of every creation up till now and synthesize our own and develop the synthesis of what that is and apply it, that's where the magic is. There's magic in action. Start taking it. So another thing that occurs is that when we create something and we finish the creation, say you've created a call and you finish the call, sometimes you go into this idea that, oh my god, if I do another call immediately after this, no one's going to come for it, or we have this fucking head trip about what that's going to be like or what our next creation is going to be like. Just take action. Give yourself 2 days to integrate and to assimilate the change that's occurred with you stepping into leading yourself, and move on. Boom boom. The next would be so next would be having ease with constant change. How many of you feel like you can't change in an instant, or can't let things go just by making a choice? I'm going to let this shit go. and then instantly letting yourself generate an energy that works for you, that would be better supplemented. Putting a pattern interrupt into your old patterns and like starting something new from that moment forth. And then consciously reinforcing that new method of being, even if that new method of being is having ease with constant change. So most people go like, oh, I could do a class, or oh, I could create this, or this person's doing that, and they go into this comparison trap. Oh, this person's doing that, or that person's doing this, I could also do that, so do it. You know, if a painter talks about, oh, I could make this painting, make the fucking painting. Or if you're a writer and if you talk about, oh, I can write, do the fucking project, write it down. If you say, oh, I could open a blog, open a fucking blog. You know, we have all of these fucking we create in the fantasy realm. The creation occurs in the fantasy realm. And then we go like, oh, I'm no longer enthusiastic about this, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, because you finished it in your head. Get it down into physical reality. And that's the fundamental tool I'll be like gifting you. How to get shit done in physical reality. And you're doing this just for you. Okay. This is self-juicing. You know, this is like working on self-will. So there's nobody, you don't need energy from somebody else when the universe is providing you with an infinite supply. All you have to do is lower your barriers and receive and get out of your own way. Parts of this will be addressed, but that's why it's spread out over 12 weeks. So we kind of baby step our way into leaping massively. Okay. Another thing that I'd like to change would be in week 8 would be your repetitive patterns. Every person has particular patterns in how they create. And it's about time we start changing some of those patterns. Like sometimes we'll create really fabulously, and then we'll stop creating for a bit until we get desperate, and then we'll create fabulously again. What if you could just continuously create fabulously? Like, what the fuck is holding you back? You're holding yourself back. So building the muscle to have constant generation. Any questions so far? No? Okay, so week 9 is recovering a sense of compassion. Yeah, some of these words we're not supposed to use in Access, but it's like, don't get stuck with semantics. You can replace compassion with allowance. It's like, don't let semantics be another block for you. This is where your perfection or like your need to get it right comes into the way, where you can actually receive the grace, the gifts, the lovingness, instead of judging the fucking hell out of the lovingness that desires to come through to you. And so blocked creatives are not lazy, they're blocked. You're not, the inability to start a project is not laziness, it's fear. We often like discount or like try to hide that aspect of ourselves. What happens when you stop? What happens when you like recognize, oh, I'm using fear as a limitation here? Fuck that. Boom. It can be that easy. We're the ones stopping ourselves. So when we stop stopping ourselves, we have ease with the flow. Okay. Yeah. So at this point, we should begin to function from self-will. It's you, your desire, the universe, creation. Having ease. And this can be applied in any fucking project. This is not just with art. This is not just with business. This is even with how you conduct yourself at home, creating a living space that nurtures you, having every single thing in your life that generates for you, instead of like needing to keep something there to maintain a story in place. And recognizing that how much excitement do you diminish? You know, like, are you excited about your life? It is often excitement, not discipline, that gets shit done. It is the enthusiasm to do something rather than the routine of it that gets shit done. It is often audacity, not talent, that moves someone from being good to being great. And we have to learn to fucking cash in on that. Okay. And at some point, you're going to want to take a huge U-turn. Like, you're going to want to like just U-turn your way backwards, start walking backwards because the change is occurring too soon, too fast. And recognizing that, okay, I'm taking a U-turn, and consciously seeing that, okay, I'm walking backwards, exploring that, and then making a leap. Going like, no, fuck, that's not working for me. Make a leap. Week 10 is self-protection. You start to have creativity flow through you like light through a crystal prism. And when we do that, when we are doing that, the energy flows freely and we experience no strain. Resistance creates the shakiness and we slam our psychic brakes on. We slam our psychic brakes and that stops us from receiving all that we can receive. And, never judge any of your work at its initial stages. That just doesn't work. And another thing that we all have to begin to do is to walk by ourselves and walk alone and see what happens then. And learn to clap for ourselves too. Man, I feel like I've been talking non-stop for like a while, which is true. I've been talking for like an hour straight. Okay, week 11 would be autonomy and week 12 would be recovering a sense of faith. At the end of this, I'd like everybody to operate as like a fantastic motherfucker. Like self-sufficiently fantastic, where you've addressed all your needs and you've expanded beyond that. And you start to have this renewed sense of excitement, energy, and like vibrancy in all that you do. And if you choose to step on this creation, it's 2 calls a week. It's about 1,300 for the whole 12-week program. You're paying yourself. It is not for me you're doing this. It is for you. This is a thing that you're doing for you. I'm just inviting and opening up a space for that to actualize. And I think I'd like to like cue the call on there, because I've definitely like gone on. I mean, you can't cram 12 weeks worth of information into like an hour. Any questions?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Avantika here. So would we be doing the book, or have you like programmed these sessions?
So we're using the book as like a roadmap. We're distilling certain themes from the book, but what we're basically doing is we're addressing particular things that block us from our creations, setting targets for ourselves, and holding each other accountable for holding ourselves accountable for either meeting the target or not meeting the target. And then working through every individual block or obstacle that shows up as and when it shows up. Because it's like this. At the beginning of the week, we have a call. We set up what we'd like to generate. We set up the theme we're going to be working with and as. And at the end of the week, we check in. We ask questions. We clear some stuff. We progress. What starts to happen is you're building from the ground up. You're building on a foundation that is constant change. And are you willing to commit to you? This thing that we're exploring is, are you willing to bet on yourself?
Yes.
And having that kind of like complete knowing that, hey, I know how to do this. I got this, And once you start to function from that, sassy, knowing kind of space, you tend to relax. You tend to have more kindness. Worst case scenario, you'll get more creative in your life. Best case scenario, you'll be functioning as a total phantasm. Total fucking dragon. Not like 50% in, 50% out. 100% present there, gentle and kind.
Wow. Also, 30 calls. So for 12 weeks, once we finish the 24, what are we doing with the balance calls? What would we do?
So those balance calls, I have a couple of really great, phenomenal for like friends who are creators in different fields. Some of them are directors, some of them are artists, some of them are bankers. I'd like to invite other creators to come and talk about how they generate a different possibility, using basic bitch language, not like access or spiritual based language.
So yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, that would be nice. Get a different energy, get a different perspective. And that's the blessing of this. It's like, it's good to have awareness that, oh my God, people are creating mind-blowing things. What the fuck am I doing sitting on my ass? You know, like what happens when I start to get off my ass and get into like the possibility and start to trust myself that I have the ability to do this start to finish and build the muscle of doing it start to finish.
Hi, Sasha.
Hi.
How do I get in contact with you? Because I think you're just in one of the groups and I don't have any contact number for you.
Well, I can definitely give you my number. I'm going to put it on the chat here.
Thank you. And what time are your calls?
It will be evening time.
Okay.
Like around like most of my calls would either be at 5 o'clock because I like having coffee with money. Like, you know, you're receiving, you're in that nice, relaxed, receptive space. And what I've noticed is that time tends to generate a lot if you let it. 98390067365. And this is another number. 992090482. There you go. Yes, I will. Could you message me? I have no idea how to put the WhatsApp group link on this. Jivan, if you know how to, feel free to do it. Niyati, if you know how to, feel free to do it. Okay. Any other questions? So I'd like to be doing this in the evening. Like the introduction call will give you the basic tools, what you have to like play with on a regular, consistent basis and see what shows up. And that will begin on the 21st. And from the 24th, which is a Sunday, we're gonna lift off. We're leaping. What is the total cost? It's 1,300 for 12 weeks, which is like 1,100 a week. Like 13,000 for like 12 weeks, which is like 1,100 a week. And you're not paying me, you're paying yourself. Because I have another gift of multiplying money in whoever is willing to receive it.
So if I may add something, and I'm not going to show my face because I'm just choosing not to do that. Anyway, so she made us do, like me and my mom, she made us do the first chapter, just the first chapter, and having her sit and read it out and like just being present with whatever was showing up. I'm not joking. It was one of the most intense 30 minutes I've ever had, like 45 minutes, I don't know. And it was such an interesting discussion of what showed up and how it came out and everything changed to the degree where I spent the whole night, like a week with her in the studio. And she had a friend of hers who was doing an online painting class. And we ended up, like, I did a painting start to finish without an ounce of judgment. It was something I have never experienced in my life. And yeah.
And well, one more thing I really like doing when I create a program or something is I love gifting different books, different videos, different activities, different like free workshops and programs that you can like indulge with and expand your knowing, your space of knowledge, and different things that you can begin to play with. So I love doing that. I mean, having like this fucking boom generosity of like, hey, go, if you have something to do, go play here. And for those who don't have the book, I will be giving you all the book, just informing you. The name of the book is The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. This woman has facilitated, I don't know, at least like over 12,000 people just with this book. It started off as a movement in the 70s and it's not stopped till now. There are still clusters of people using this book all over the world. It has never failed me. And I know that whoever I've gifted this to, it's never failed them too. So, and she was like Martin Scorsese's first wife. So she's been like assisting creatives for like, whew. And this is just creativity. You know, you can use this in every area. I mean, worst case scenario, you'll be completely alive, vibrantly so. You won't be like, I'm so tired, I'm so bored, life's so blah. No, you create it as juicy. You know, if you died tomorrow, you'd like to be vibrantly alive. You know, don't live your life on autopilot. Make it juicy. No one's going to do it for you. Any other questions?
I'd like to say something, Ava.
Yeah.
Avantika here. So hi girls. I think I'm just betting on myself right now. It's like just, it's such a beautiful space that Ava offers for just having your back. So you have it all in you. And I actually picked up the phone and told her, I was like, I need you to be there. That's what I really need you to be. And the space that she offers is so beautiful, where it allows you to actually, it's okay to say be you, but the action also requires that, along with just being in your thought.
Yeah, because I like weirdos. I like people stepping up into all of them and not hiding any parts of them. I'm highly psychic. And I'm like a motherfucker when I have to be a motherfucker. So I will kick your ass into something greater.
When we spoke about this, Ava, before you created this, remember we spoke about creating a space for people to actually support each other, have each other's back, and grow.
Yes.
And be the magnificent you.
Yes.
And guys, this is the space I was actually creating more than the call and all the details of the call.
Yes, it never shows up the way you think it's going to
be in. Yeah, and if that's the space you'd like to be in, you should be here. That's the space I'm choosing to be in. And thank you so much, Ava, for this.
Thank you, Avantika. Your gentleness and your acknowledgement melts my world. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Sasha.
You're welcome.
So, any other questions?
For having a crazy sister.
What?
Thank you, Sasha, for having a crazy sister.
She's pleased about that. She's also a cunt, but she's pleased about that. So, any other questions? Anybody would like to sign on? Anything? Most of y'all are not showing your faces. I can't see the beauty of you. Have I fried y'all sufficiently? Hello, Bhavna. Hello, Namrata. Hello, my dear. Hello, sweetheart. Any questions so far? Should we? I'm going to end the recording then. You're welcome to sign on. Day one introduction, basic tools begin on the 21st. Let's hustle, let's fly. Yes? Can I get a yes? Love session, thanks so much. You're welcome.
So before we end, I'm going to say one thing. I've known Ava all my life, and if you truly desire change in your life, don't choose this. That's all I would say. Because if you're not willing to commit to it, and if you're not willing to actually have it, and if you would like to have it, she'll fucking whoop you into having it. And you'd be like surprised as to how that shows up. Because that's just the gift that she has and that she bees.
Yeah, I refuse to believe that you're limited. I refuse to believe that. I will literally hold your hand and walk you through the other side if I have to, but it's because that's fun for me. But let's get it on. Let's definitely fucking get it on. Let's fly. It's time. Why the fuck not? We're in this lockdown. We have no idea when it's going to end. We might as well make the most of it. Thank you. Thank you all. Stop recording.
I love you, Ava. You are freaking brilliant.
Thank you, Reshma. I hope to see you on this program.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I'm going to chat with you after this.
Yes. Bring it. Goodbye.
Bye.